building our thermal solar heaters and teaching Brandy to saw. Go ahead. How you doing? Keep going. Keep pushing all the way through. Oop, we'll work on that one. Quick video of this thermal solar panel I made. It's basically created out of a plywood back, that kind of foam you get at Home Depot that's like tin foil on each side. It's got insulation in between, and this plexi stuff that's all there. You paint it black, you put 3 layers of screen in, and it creates heat. It's about 20 degrees outside right now. So you can see the sun coming over the board, and what's cool is it's 20 degrees outside, but right now we're taking this temperature and it's 131 degrees. So as soon as I get a fan on this thing, I'll be able to pump it in and have free heat forever. I plan on making a couple more. I'm Jim Callahan, and I am the owner of Jupiter Studios. We're a studio in St. Louis. This is us and our website if anyone is interested. We live downtown in St. Louis in kind of an urban environment, and I've decided I'm going to go green. And so I've been doing all this research, and I'm looking online, and I follow the sun to find out where it is. Well, it's 10 a.m. in the morning, and it's actually 15 degrees, and what we've built is a thermal solar panel, the first of many. We have 4,500 square feet in our building, and we actually live upstairs. Okay, it's about 25 feet wide, 110 feet long, something like that. So this thermal solar panel I want to show you is basically it's built out of, it's real simple actually. It's just a piece of plywood on the back, and then there's a piece of this foam core. It's basically like the stuff you get at Home Depot. It's got foil on each side. There's just a 2x4 frame, just like that, and then I had to put these boards on top, but there's this kind of plexiglass. You get it all from Home Depot. And then when I took a screen off of one of the ideas, and I just kind of basically scrumpled it around in there. Scrumpled. Anyway, and so now I have this thermal solar panel, and what it does is it brings, eventually I have to hook it through the back of the garage and into the back through 2 ports that I have created, hard to see at this point. Okay, and this other port, which I have a rag in there so I don't pull cold air into it at this time. But anyway, and that's how it works, and then the air cycles up. I have, in this design, I've actually put 2x4 that goes 3/4 this way, and this way, and this way to keep that center beam kind of structured. Anyway, it's 15 degrees outside, and the air that I could pull in is 122 degrees. Now this is not a great thermometer. It's like a whatever thermometer. So please, nobody hold me to this. This is a refrigerator thermometer in the shade. It's showing 20 degrees out here. You know, that's a refrigerator thermometer. I needed a meat thermometer to show this one, but if you look, holding at 122 degrees, so I could start pumping that in, and actually it'll create free heats for people who've never ever seen this before. It creates absolutely free heat. The only other thing I wanted to show anyone else who's actually building these, I had this crazy idea and it didn't turn out great, but what I did, because this is perforated, as you can see, it's got lumps on it up in the top. What I did is I took packing tape and packed it and spread it on the top and the bottom, and I actually taped these 2 creases together, and then I just turned it on one side and sprayed little bits of this foam in there, flipped it over and did the other thing, and then let it dry overnight and kind of pulled off some of it. It didn't turn out really pretty, but if you don't do that, you have to take a jigsaw and like cut either a piece of wood or styrofoam, or get a styrofoam cutter or something of that nature. And it's kind of a pain in the ass, so I thought this would be easier. It is, it's just kind of ugly. That's kind of it, but you can't, I don't know if you can see, this is aluminum screen. It's got to be aluminum. If you're going to do this, okay? So basically, aluminum painted black gets hot, it goes up. Now eventually, the idea is we would like to either fill this entire space with them that we'd go out in the winter, or we have lots of roof space, but we're kind of planning solar panels and maybe some wind power up there. So we're not really sure, but we may put, you know, I don't know. I kind of really like the idea of putting solar panels. The thing would look really cool up there. So if we don't put our logo there, we may also create these in a way that would create kind of an awning. Okay, and that is it. This is Jupiter Studios, 3323 Locust. We're a recording studio, and anyway, if anyone has any questions, I guess you could make a comment, but uncomfortably hot. And it is 145, so it is 100 degrees higher than it was with the thermometer in the same place. Check. It's actually 45 degrees, and I moved this thermometer up here to see what's coming out, and it was actually higher than when I had it pinched back there. So what I wanted to do is show you that this is 135, but it's 45 degrees outside. So it's interesting, it's 45 and it's 135, so it's 90 degrees difference. Before it was 15 and it was 115, but that was in there. So it seems like it's right around 100, so it's really not a product of so much how it's a little bit about how cold it is outside, but it's also seems to be a product of how efficient the thing is itself. And also, of course, I'm taking it there, but it seems to be some of the temperature, but the efficiency, because it seems to be raising it the same amount depending on what it is. So it seems to make sun 100, like 80, 90 to 100 degrees hotter, and we need to get that to like 120. Which I think it is the middle of the afternoon, and this is the temperature. It's 113. It's kind of, the thermometer is just kind of jacked up. It's kind of deep in there, as you can kind of see. It's over on the side. My whole area isn't really that insulated, but what I do like about the thermal heater thing is that this is pulling in the cold air from this back room, and I gotta tell you, it's actually kind of warm in here considering it's got really bad insulation. But this right here, this heat is coming in, and it's actually on the warm side. It would, it'd be like a space heater on low, but it's actually like coming through and making it kind of okay. I don't know what the temperature right now is, but I can show you how much shading I have outside, or don't have. So this is the panel, and it's colder outside. It's probably like 30 degrees, something like that. But and the heat is kind of on today, but that's kind of it for now. It's early February, and I just wanted to make a video about my thermal space heater. This is the front of my building, and we are in a urban environment, and we have plenty of space up here, but we plan on putting solar panels and a wind turbine up there. But this is the panel, and what it's made up is it's a 4x8 sheet with some insulation and aluminum in a special kind of configuration. I think I can get more heat out of these, but this is what I have so far. And what I have is this garage door on the back, and it's really, really not efficient. And my plan is to get this worked out so I could rebuild this. But all this is one piece of wood on the back. So we wanted a way to make it warm, and we got issues with cracks and things like that. But this is the front of it to show you what it looks like. This can actually be replaced, these ridges, with actually like a piece of plexiglass or something like that. Looks a lot nicer. Which my plan is to fill this whole thing up with them. So anyway, this is what it is here. It actually says it's 16 degrees outside. I don't have a thermometer to show you, but it's cold. And anyway, inside, this is where it comes through. So right now, this is all kind of open because, again, we're planning on rebuilding it. The builder actually did all this stuff. So we just have it coming through the wall, and there's this insulation here. But the fan is blowing. I don't know hear that. It's kind of weird. Okay, so I have this vent on it to try to get the hot air in, and I'm experimenting. But what happens is it works really well because it pulls air from kind of the floor level, and this is kind of the lower part of our building, and then it shoots air out. Now, if you look, this left number here, this is my wife's thermometer. She's not happy about it. And it's 127 coming out. It's 16 degrees out there. Probably in here right now, I'm going to say I just got downstairs to get to work, and I live upstairs. And it is, I don't know, it was probably about 60 degrees in here. I just kicked on the heat. Now, what happens with this is it has this automatic turn on and turn off valve. So, to give you an idea, when it gets to be 110 degrees inside the thermal panel, then it turns this fan blower on. So, and then it runs. Right now, it is actually connected to a electrical plug,